If you're following along with my volcano piece, you will see that I added the lava today. Now, lava has been one of the hardest things that I have been experimenting with to try and make it look as realistic as possible. It's not easy. Lava isn't just runny like resin or water. It's thick, it layers, it builds up as it flows. So obviously when you try and pour resin, it's just going to be like water and it's going to pool somewhere. So what I did earlier today when I poured the lava is I poured some chunks on my mat there. So let me show you what I'm going to do now that it is sticky and pliable. Okay, so I don't have an exact timeline to say when these kind of things are ready to work with. I just test it, kind of play with it a little bit. If I can peel it up and it's sort of sticky and pliable, then I can use it. If it stretches from my glove like gum, then it's not ready yet and I leave it longer. So it's sort of a hit or miss, just got to keep trying. Now with lava, I want it to layer a bit. So some of these big pieces I can peel up. Sort of like working with sticky taffy. So I will be adding more rock for layers on here. Right now I'm gonna take this half cured resin. It's still the colors are gonna blend. It's not gonna be exactly what I want in the end, but it's gonna give me something to add a little dimension and texture to the piece. And then I'll be able to take paint and stuff after. See, it's still a little sticky. It's sticking to my gloves, so probably could have waited just a little bit longer, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Now back here, I'm gonna add some more rock to layer. So I'm just gonna kind of stick it in. Yeah, it's really sticking to my glove. That's okay. You don't get to control real lava, so why would you get to control fake lava, right? I just sort of work it into there. This is why we're wearing gloves. Back here, I'm gonna have some more rock layered, so I don't care that there's a little bit there. So now we have a little bit more dimension to the lava. Some of this stuff at the front is going to get covered by my next layer of water because it's going to have gone underwater. So we definitely want to have layers. Still not 100% realistic looking. Not that I'll ever get it to 100%, but I'm going to show you what I do to bring it out just a little bit more. So real lava is constantly cooling as it moves and you get the lava rock mixed in with it as it flows. There's actually a lot of black rock on the top of it that has cooled and is splitting open and moving as the lava flows. So I just want to add a little bit of black to mine to give it that look. Now lava also has some fiery hot areas that are bright yellow. This is the hardest part, is trying to make it look realistic because you can't just pour resin and have the colors go exactly how you wish. Resin isn't as thick as actual lava, so you gotta get creative and come up with ways to make it seem more realistic. I'm just using acrylic paint right now. I'm gonna use more than just the yellow, but this is what we're gonna start with. Just some little highlights in areas where the lava burns hotter. I guess lava doesn't burn, it is the fire. Add a little bit of orange color. Now, because it's acrylic paint, it's going to have a matte finish. The resin is shiny. In the end, I do go over this with some clear just to bring out the shine, make it all look consistent. Otherwise, it's not gonna look quite right. Just need to highlight, bring out the brighter spots, the areas that have the black from the rock. And I do leave a lot of it because nothing can beat that bright resin that's in there, so I don't want to cover it all up either. Now for this next part, I'm going to add some more rock layered on top to kind of seal in where that lava is coming from. Also just gives more layers because the rock is just cooled lava. So I'm going to cover up where we dripped. This rock's going to come over the lava a bit. Just adding more and more 3D to the piece. If you're wondering, my rock is just sand from my backyard, and I have mixed it with some black color and resin. I just make it to a consistency where I can kind of play with it. Now, if you actually look at a lava flow, which I have not seen one in person, but I've certainly studied the pictures because I really try hard to try and make this as realistic as possible. As I mentioned earlier, I put the black in there because it's cooling on top and you do get some of this forming. So I take a little bit of that sand on my finger, probably have a little bit too much, just kind of like that, and touch it on top of that sticky resin so that it kind of embeds itself in there. My goal is as realistic as possible, and I'm continuing to try and find ways to do that. Okay, so this is after the completion of what I would say is layer 2 on the rocks and lava. Building everything up, just trying to get 3D appearance, trying to make it look more realistic. Lava is one of the hardest things that I've attempted to make realistic, so I keep trying different ways. So far, I think this is one of my more successful ones, and it's not done yet.